Alright, this is Andrew with Toyota Home Inspections. We're doing a sewer scope today here in Washington Terrace. Today is March 25th, 2024. We're at 4848 South, 300 West. We have the camera pushed out 70 feet. We are not yet to the city connection. We're going through a turn on the line here, and I can't get my camera past it right there. So I was able to twist around and kind of see down the line, but I wasn't able to get through that spot. I'm going to flush the toilet real quick to try to clean my camera head off. Bear with me while that water catches up. But first, while we're looking at the screen, you can see it looks like this joint has offset a little bit. That's where the pipes kind of separate and it creates that lip. That's a spot where waste could potentially get stuck, and that could lead to a backup. The only way to permanently fix an offset like this is to dig it up and do a spot repair. This is a root in the line, so a pretty good sized one. I'd recommend getting that cleaned out proactively. That's definitely a spot where waste could collect and create a backup. Right now it looks like it's just barely squeezing through the bottom. Already have some toilet paper stuck on the top. So that's definitely something to have cleaned now. And once you have roots, you're always going to have roots, and so that'll be an important maintenance item in the future. Here's a much larger offset. So this is a spot there water could actually be getting through the joint and causing it to settle more, making the pipe separate even more. I would recommend doing a spot repair on this one. You could also get quotes to have more of the line replaced. You know, the more new pipe, the better. But as you can see, the pretty good sized lip on that, and that's a spot that waste could collect on and create a backup. Looks like this is gravel cement pipe. Top of the pipe has a pretty good sized visible lip. I can't tell if a little piece broke off or why we can see that lip right there. But what I was saying is gravel cement pipe gets kind of rough. Doesn't really rust like cast iron will. But it is kind of rough, so you want to avoid putting wet wipes or feminine hygiene products down the line. That way they're not going to get caught and create an issue. So with this line, you already have a couple things that need to be addressed now. There's another offset. You have roots, so you definitely want to have it cleaned out. And you also have some pretty significant offsets. Oh, here's a section that looks like a piece is missing. On the right hand side and maybe on the left. Bottom left right there looks like there's a chunk, and then top right hand side. I can't tell if that's buildup on side the pipe or inside the pipe where it's growing on it, or if that's a piece that's actually missing. It's kind of hard to tell. I'd say it'd be good to have a specialist look at that and give you their opinion about it. It looks like we're transitioning to cast iron. This is what's going to be underneath the house. Cast iron gets real rough and rusty, as you can see. Just same thing I was describing with not putting wet wipes down the line. Eventually, this line will need to be replaced. Now, I would recommend getting it coated, where they clean it up with a chain cutter, and that'll make it smooth again. Certainly, you want to have the insurance on this line if you don't proactively replace it, and that would help offset the cost if and when it has a failure. And then last thing here, you have a little standing water, and so to top it off, there's a little bit of a flat spot underneath the basement slab. That flat spot is an area that doesn't have proper grade, and so it's going to make it harder for waste to flow out and more likely for it to just sit there and create a backup. So definitely not ideal. A couple things that should be replaced now. You want to have the insurance on the line, but also even the areas that have adequate flow still have some long-term concerns, like the cast iron. Eventually that will need to be replaced. It's already very rough. Some roots that are actively blocking the line, some offsets that could cause immediate concerns. So I'd recommend having a plumber give you a quote for replacement or at least repairs of some of those real bad spots. I'm going to end this recording now.